All right, it's the 1st of February, 2021, and this is your weekly look at the latest Altos Research data that came in over the weekend for the entire US real estate market. Each week, Altos tracks every home for sale in the US, all the pricing, all the changes in pricing, the supply and demand, and we build those analytics so that you can see the trends in the US housing market before it becomes available through the traditional media channels. Before we hit the data this week, I just want to let you know that next week, February 10th, Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific, we'll be doing our monthly hour-long webinar. This is where we spend more time diving into these numbers and looking at the local markets, discussing how, as a real estate professional, you should be analyzing and sharing the data with your clients, buyers and sellers, investors, builders, financial institutions. The market is so crazy right now that if you're a professional in the space, you really should plan to join us. Your clients need to understand what's going on out there. So there's a link to register for next week's webinar in the description below. Click that and plan to join us. Okay, so onto the data. Our real estate market is facing a crisis, and it's really a crisis for home buyers. The median home price in the US this week is $340,000. The median price at newly listed cohort that came to market last week is $318,500. Home prices are actually basically flat week over week, which is one of the few signs of normalcy in this insane market. Prices in general should expect to climb for the next few months as we roll into the peak spring buying season. This is a little tricky to forecast, actually, because so many homes are going into contract so quickly there that inventory isn't building up for the normal spring shoppers. And because these are unprecedented market conditions, it's hard to know what to expect. The forecast models don't have any precedent on the perfect storm we're facing. So here's what I mean about crisis. Nationally, our inventory is down to just 367,000 homes available for sale. As I've been pointing out lately, this actually understates the craziness because there are so many homes are getting offers so quickly that they're going right into the pending contract state and bypassing the active market altogether. So if you're a home buyer, this is a real problem. We have to prepare buyers for this. It's incredibly tight selection and intensely competitive bidding for the few homes that are available. Here's how it plays out in some of the leading indicators. The percent of the homes on the market that have taken a price cut is usually about 30 to 35% of the market. About a third take a cut before they sell. In hot markets, this number falls. Fewer homes need to take a price cut because there's buyers for them. But right now, we're at only 20% of the market that has taken a price cut. Like, that's the fewest we've ever seen at a national level. In previous years, you might see places like the hottest Silicon Valley markets, like Palo Alto, might be in the 20% range. Now it's the whole country. So that means for all those crazy sellers out there who want to, let's overprice our house to see if the market will bear it. Well, it turns out the market is bearing it right now. Again, these are unprecedented conditions. It actually bodes bullish for the transaction prices, the prices that they actually sell at for several months into the future. You can already see it. Here's the other side of the coin. Price increases. So these are homes that have recently been on the market at a lower price and they're now back on at a higher price. When investors or speculators come in, they do fix and flips or adjust the prices for marketing reasons, for example, the price increases. So right now, 6.5%, 6.6% of the active market has recently been on the market at a lower price. This is actually kind of worrisome to me. You can see how unprecedented high this is. We've rampant speculation in all financial markets right now. And in housing, the intense demand is also coupled with this crisis low supply. So at some point, this has to end. And if we're unlucky, it ends badly. My crystal ball doesn't have that kind of clarity, unfortunately. So when it ends, we don't know. But that's where the market is right now. At the end of the day, we have a very peculiar kind of crisis in US real estate market right now. We have massive demand, we have nothing to sell. So we don't know where it's going to turn. So don't forget though, next week, Wednesday, February 10th, join us for the hour-long webinar. We'll dive into the crisis more and we'll talk about, how to work with clients through the crazy time. There's a link to register for that webinar in the description below. So click that and join us. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you get the weekly data as it comes out before anybody else. As always, thank you. More next week.